Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my platform. Those of you that are returning and those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I am going to be doing a reading for you guys today. So I hope everybody has had a good day wherever you are at in the world. God bless you guys. Okay. So, welcome back to my platform. Those of you that are returning, those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astrea Love. I'm doing a reading for you guys today. Just to let you know, my readings are timeless, which means whenever you get to this message, whenever you get to this reading, there's going to be messages in here for you. Okay. If any of you have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat with your question, and I will set the 20-minute timer. I'll pause the collective reading and I will answer your question. Okay. So that is the way I'm making myself available for those that need me. I also have another platform called the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. On that platform, I do tarot card readings and I do oracle card readings. And over there, we're working to getting the platform approved by YouTube to be monetized so that I can then receive super chats on that platform. And then I can accept your guys' questions over there. So just to let you guys know, if you do have any questions, I would do it at the beginning of the reading on this platform. That way it gives us enough time to get the question answered. I also have access to another psychic that I can ask questions and get double confirmation. We have similar abilities. I'm just making sure that my cards are all in the upright. So I hope everybody has had a good day, you guys. God bless you. If you could like this reading, I would greatly appreciate it. Tap the notification bell. Make sure that you hype the video. All of that stuff is so important, and it really helps us platform grow so that we can get these messages to the people that need to hear them. Okay, that is our main objective, is reaching as many people as possible, changing the hearts of as many people as possible, reaching humanity. And again, I know that God is going to draw in the people that need to hear these messages. So if you're here, there's no coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences, not in the slightest. All right, so we're going to jump right into the prayer. We are calling upon, and thank you guys in advance for all of your support. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for your love, your kindness, everything. I really appreciate you guys so much. Okay, so we are calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ and the Ascended Masters, our spiritual team of highest light and resonance, including our guardian angels, spirit guides, ancestors, and the archangels. And we're asking that all of that combined put a protective shield around us, keeping us safe from all negative influence or impact. And we would just like to say thank you, God, for everything that you're doing. We love you so much. Thank you for everything that you're going to do. Thank you for everything that you've done. And thank you for everything that you're working towards when it comes to me and this platform and when it comes to my collective. Thank you for the messages for the collective. I love you. I love you. I love you, God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And again, thank you again for all the blessings. Please continue to protect us and shield us from all negativity and all harm. Please continue to prosper us in the face of all adversity, and please continue to allow us to prosper. And we invite our higher selves forward into our consciousness now. Okay, so amen. By watching my readings, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my readings, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes no copyright, no gatekeeping, no shadow banning, no gang stalking, no harassment of me, anybody in my collective, no bullying me, my collective, anybody in the comment, or anybody in the chats. Okay, so I just wanted to check this. The spring equinox was on March 20th. Today is the 25th, so that was 5 days ago. That was on Friday. Okay. All right, because I do feel like we're in a transition energy. Let me just ask another question. Are there any planets in retrograde right now?
As of late March 2026, the main planet in retrograde is Mercury. Its retrograde period began around February 25th and will end on March 20th, 2026. This can sometimes cause
Okay, it's
communication
done.
and technology issues. Other major planets are currently direct.
Okay, yay, there's nothing. There's nothing in retrograde. It stopped on the 20th, which is the spring equinox, is basically what I was just looking up. How interesting. I don't know if that always happens, but yay. Okay, we're not in Mercury retrograde anymore. Dope. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the two books that are linked in the description box below. The first book is called The Truth of God. It's an advanced intuitive living workbook. And I have both the ebook for those of you that are out of the United States, the Kindle ebook, and this original one, which you can get off of Amazon. Okay, I suggest that you guys do get this book. Those of you that want to develop your spiritual journey and create a connection with God, this book is going to change everybody's life. Some people may not be ready for it. This is for like advanced people. But I will tell you the techniques out of this book that you will see me use throughout the reading. The first technique is the God technique, which gives me the ability to rise out of my ego consciousness into the eyes of my higher self so that I can see things from a bigger picture. It's a complete vibration and consciousness change, and it gives me the ability to rise above whatever's going on and to bring whatever it is that's going on into God's consciousness energy, which God is everyone and everything's higher self is God, and it's all unconditional love, joy, compassion, and peace. Okay, the second technique that you see me use on this platform is the joy versus anger technique. And that technique, I'm asking yes and no questions with my higher self God. And it works off of clairsentience, which is the gift that everybody has, which is like a gut feeling. So I'm asking yes and no questions and getting an immediate response back. Okay. And before I was asking questions in my life, I was just making random choices, like whatever I wanted to do. And things would not always work out. In fact, things would go not good for me sometimes. So now I only run into like situations or problems if I didn't ask, or if I didn't ask the right question, or if I forgot to ask a question at all. Then you'll see me use the mind technique, which is when I'm clearing thoughts and beliefs that are causing the situation. And so the more that you use these techniques, the better your life is going to get. And then there's the preemptive strike, where you go through each of your storylines and you write down all of your beliefs that you've been holding on to. And then you use the mind technique and you clear those beliefs so that you don't keep creating the same experiences. Also, you guys will see me use the 1 to 10 ratio, which is 1 being the lowest compatible, 10 being the highest. That also comes from this book, which will teach you how to gain compatibility and that information as well. Okay. All right. So for those of you that want to learn to read cards for yourself and for others and want to develop your spiritual abilities, this next book is the book for you. It is called Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. And I wrote this book, but I didn't write it by myself. I wrote it with God, the Holy Spirit, and the Ars Goetia spirit named Vassago. Now, when King Solomon originally worked with Vassago, Vassago was not a very in high demand spirit because he just was, knowledgeable about past, present, future. Tarot was not around at the time the Bible was written or the Quran or any other books. Okay. It came way, way, way later, like way later. Okay. So anyways, so I have the link to this book or this deck. This is the original Rider-Waite deck. This is what the book's written off of. If you learn the interpretation from these cards, which these cards have the interpretation written on them, you can go to any specialty deck like the Santa Muerte Tarot. And when you read when they give you the abstract pictures, you'll know what the card actually means. Okay. So yeah, I suggest that you guys get the original Rider-Waite. This is the best one. It's got the description on the cards. That means you don't have to go through another book on top of what you're already doing. So you can divide the tarot into 2 sections. One is the major arcana cards, which are the major transitions, like the Last Judgment, the Temperance, the Death, the High Priestess, the Emperor, the Empress, the Hierophant, and the Strength. I think we're going to read from the Strength today. And then the other cards are the Aces, the Tens, the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then the Pages, the Knights, the Queens, and the Kings. Okay, so that's the rest of the deck. All right. So I feel like the major transitions are the major arcana cards. Those are the most important. This book is superior to all other tarot books. Okay, it's got different tarot card spreads and spells that go along with each of the major arcana cards that are going to help you integrate the energies of the major arcana. Okay, so this book starts off with a prayer that's much longer than the one that I do at the beginning, and it starts off with an initiation with Vassago. You don't have to do the initiation with Vassago, but because Vassago is so kind, so loving, so generous, and so helpful, if you choose to do the initiation, Vassago will help you, especially if you're pulling cards for yourself or for others and you're missing the bigger picture of what's going on there. Vassago will help you to see that. Now, while you are living a human life, you will go through experiencing every single card in the deck at some point or another. That's how tarot maps human consciousness, and past, present, and future. So you can use this book one of two ways. You could either start from the beginning and go from the beginning to the end with the major arcana deck. Well, this book starts off with the 14 zodiac tarot card spread, where you pull 2 cards for each position. You'll shuffle the entire deck, pull 2 cards for each position. One will be your south node, where your ego's at. The other card will be your north node, where your destiny's at. And then the tarot card spell that goes along with that is to connect with your own destiny. Then it goes into the Fool, which is the first card being the number 0. So you can use this book by either going from the beginning to the end and doing it, or let's say that you have a specific theme. Like, let's say you have a friend that's got a love issue. You could go straight to the Lover's Tarot card spread. Let's say you've got a court date coming up. You could go straight to the Final Judgment or the Last Judgment, or you could go to the Justice Tarot card spread. Let's say you want to know about your luck and your good fortune. You could go to the Wheel of Fortune tarot card spread. So you can use it. And again, the spells that go along with these tarot card spreads are designed with God and the Holy Spirit. There's no way to abuse them. You cannot use them on other people. It's just not possible. Okay, so like the Chariot tarot card spells to remove obstacles. So again, it's for you, for your spiritual journey. So I'm going to read from the Strength so that you understand how this book works for those of you that are interested. And I wrote this book because I did not have anybody teaching me how to read cards. I didn't even start with cards. I just started with seeing people face to face and doing readings that way. Then I started with pieces of paper. Then I went to oracle cards. Then I went to tarot cards, but it wasn't the original Rider-Waite. And then eventually when we opened when I started working for the metaphysical store, that is when I became aware of the original Rider-Waite. Okay, so Strength is 159. So okay. So the Strength card is the number 8. The answer is yes, and the zodiac is Leo. The Strength card is the card of tolerance, character, and compassion. The heart chakra is associated with both the zodiac Leo and the Strength card. Strength tells you that you can face any problem with inner strength. When you are challenged, maintain control of the situation by reacting calmly. Do not get angry. Have patience with others' weaknesses, but do not allow them to become your own. Look to a strong woman for support. Again, you can see that this woman is clearly closing the mouth of that lion. Position 1 is the infinity symbol, which is the infinity symbol that's above her head. This card position will reveal to you how strong you actually are. The infinity symbol is a symbol of eternity along with strength. What strengths do you inherit from your family? What strengths do you give to your children? There is a power lingering here with the overcoming of every obstacle. If you pull the Strength card, you will know that you have the strength within you to succeed at your biggest dream. If you pull the Temperance card for this position, that will mean that you're working towards becoming very strong and are on your journey of learning your own personal and spiritual limitations. Okay, I'll read position 2, the Laurel. Position 2 is the Laurel, which is this green thing around her head, and then it goes around her body as well. That is called a laurel. The laurel is the leafy crown that covers the head of the woman on the Strength tarot card. The laurel is a representation of divine providence, the natural state of dominance in your culture, the prominence and recognition gained by others. The laurel is also a representation of one's humble nature. If you pull the Strength card for this position, then that will tell you that you are naturally strong and don't need assistance of others to obtain your greatest wishes and desires. Yay. Okay, so the strength tarot card spells to become stronger. So like if you feel like you have any weaknesses, I would focus on those when you're doing the tarot card spell because you'll become stronger in whatever aspect you are interested in. Okay, so I'm going to go to the back of the book now. So if you were to pull more than one of the major arcana cards out together, whichever one comes first, I would go to the back of the book and look that one up. And then the second one or the third one, depending on how many you pull out together, I would go like in order and look and see what it says in the back of the book. So strength. Okay. The strength card is always a great card to pull because it relays spiritual gifts and hidden talents that make you a strong person. If you were to pull the strength card in the reverse, it would indicate that someone is playing on your weaknesses or that you or the person in question is weak in a major way. If you pull the strength card and then any of the major arcana cards, then you can add strength to whatever the subject of the card is. If you pull the strength after you pull the major arcana card, then you will know that through the subject of the major arcana card that strength is built and established. The strength in the reverse speaks to personal and moral weaknesses. It means that someone is easily tempted to abuse their power and create immoral actions against others. The strengths in the reverse can be a pessimistic attitude. When you pull the strength in the reverse, get ready to become aware of major personality flaws that you denied that were there. So check this book out, you guys. It's called Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. The link to this is in the description box below. The link to The Truth of God is also in the description box below. All right, so we're going to jump right into the reading. I hope you guys have had a good day. Okay, God bless you guys. So somebody wants to punish you guys for whatever reason. Again, it's always some shit, just different day, right? Similar things, different day is what I would say. Whoever this person is, though, this is not your fault that they're an F up, okay? That they have made mistakes and continue to make mistakes. That's not your fault. Also, you're not going to be punished just because somebody else made a mistake. If you're working with somebody who is very competitive, who is like really, really annoying you, getting on your nerves. Also, if you guys could like the video, I would greatly appreciate it. Please and thank you. Share this content. Tap the notification bell. Make sure you're subscribed. All of that is so important. If you have a personal question, you can send me a $20 super chat with your question, and I will pause the collective reading and I'll answer your question. Okay, so basically, what I'm getting is that somebody wants you, they want to punish you for something. This is not even something that you've done. This is something that they did. Okay, they could be wanting you to take the blame for something. You're not taking the blame. This is not the era of you sitting back while other people play in your face. All right, let's cut the deck. So look what's on the bottom. El Diablo. So this is what I'm saying. You guys are very strong people, okay? You're very hardworking people. Whoever this other person is that wants to punish you, they are doing something that is so like freaking crooked and wrong that they need to be aware of their own actions because they are going to cause themselves to be punished. Empress, you're already showing up as a divine being. Surprise, surprise. I mean, I'm not surprised with that. You shouldn't be surprised either. People always have a problem with the divine feminine, with the highest ranking female. For whatever reason, it's like they just want to tear, people just want to tear women down for some reason. And you don't have to be a woman. You could just be in your feminine energy. But yeah, somebody wants to tear you down and make you be punished because you're not gonna switch places with them. Let's just say that. You're not going to allow them to destiny swipe. You're going to pray. You continue to pray, you guys. Oh, good. I'm glad you're relaxing. Yeah, continue to pray, you guys. Seriously, it's working. This person, they want you to they think that if one day you just forget to pray, this is the type of spell work they're doing. They're like, oh, forget to pray, forget to pray. It doesn't even matter if you forget to pray for a couple days or a week, your life is not going to go to shit all overnight just because somebody else wants it to. They need to literally check themselves. Page of Pentacles. You could be dealing with somebody that's much younger than you. And this is why their mentality, it makes them an idiot. It makes them idiotic. because they think that they can take the position of somebody who is, you know, an empress. Like, you've got to be joking. The Page of Pentacles is somebody that's like 30 or under, that's a child. The Empress is obviously somebody who could be anywhere from like 30 to 90, 100. It could be anywhere from that. But the Empress is usually very fertile. I feel like you're dealing with more than one person that wants to punish you. This younger person, they can't be you, they can't become you, and they can't switch places with you. They also can't steal your work and pass it off like it's their own. So they're pissed. They're basically upset about that. This younger person, they feel like they should be the abundant one and you shouldn't. Having that very rigid, I would call it an evil mindset, is not going to work for this person's highest and best good. Queen of Pentacles. They want to push you out of the energy of being the Queen of Pentacles. You could be very sympathetic to political issues. You could be very sympathetic to social issues, social structures. You could be in a culture, living in a culture that respects, you know, well, in general, respects women. I get that this Page of Pentacles energy, they don't have to be the same gender as you, but they definitely want to replace you. Okay. You can't just walk up to somebody and take all of the knowledge and everything. Like, I don't care what voodoo these people know. I don't care what spiritual practice they do. They cannot just walk up to somebody who is seasoned, a seasoned worker, and just take everything. I mean, they could try to do it over time. But again, these people, if they don't progress, they're not going to get their hands on anything that's yours. And I get that this younger person wants an inheritance that's being left to you. So they could be wanting to kill you off to get something. They could be wanting something that belongs to you. Either way, they're not getting their hands on it. This person is not somebody that is in their prime. You are. Six of Wands. Yeah, you're getting the public fame, recognition, honor, rewards, and you're going to be praised for your hard work. You're also going to be possibly upgraded, given a new home, given new property, given new things. You're going to inherit something that this person will never get their hands on. And I don't care how old they become, they're going to stay in this stupid mentality thinking that they have to destroy others to have what they need, which is silly. This is why I feel like if you work at a company with a bunch of other people, if you're a nurse or a doctor's assistant or whatever the medical things are called, if you're working in a position and you have a younger person that just got fresh out of school, they want to take your job. They want your hours. They want your time frame. No. The answer is no. This person is such a spoiled little shithead brat that they don't understand being told no. Like they legit think that you should be punished because you are going to say no to them. And this person could constantly be coming up to you being like, will you take on my hours? Can we switch hours? Can we switch works? No. All you have to say is no. I have a life that's already pre-programmed for me to live, and I'm not going to sabotage it. And I can't continue to just switch out hours with you because you want to go out and do whatever. Like, I have a solid life, especially if you have children. You can't just be sabotaging your own career for this other person who is literally should not be working during the prime hours. This person should be working through the night shift of the hospital where people don't come in for their checkups, where it's only certain situations. Like, this person needs to straight up be monitored. I don't trust them. I think that they steal medication from people. I don't like their energy. This person could be wanting to get into your time slot so that they could be working while you're supposed to be working and then write your name in the slot, and they're going to do something illegal and then sign your name off. I don't like this person at all. Okay, they want you removed out of the picture. If this has to do with a lover, you don't want nothing to do with this person's lover, whoever they're with. I think it's actually really pathetic that people behave like this, and it's beyond me. It's just beyond my capabilities of dealing with shit like this. Welcome in, Fashionista. Yeah, I feel like you guys are worthy of having this public recognition, of having this reward. You work very hard. You have, when other people would clearly give up, like this person is a fake, they would give up. The moment that things get hard, this person would break. They're actively calling some type of aunt that they have or someone else that they know to see if any witchcraft can be done on you so that they can replace you. I'm not joking. This person is contacting everyone in their family to see how they can take you out so that they can take something from you. I don't care who they link up with. This is not going to work. It's going to blow up. Like this younger person that is an idiot is going to get every witch in their family lit on fire. I'm not even joking. 5 of Pentacles. Maybe this person does not have a home. I don't feel any sympathy for them. Sympathy would come from a place of like caring. I don't care about this person. They're insignificant. What they've been doing is ruining everyone else that they come across. This person needs to sit in the energy of being homeless, being in financial ruin, and not being able to pay their bills. Okay? So they can get it together. Instead of wanting to jump into your timeline and live your life for you, this person needs to figure out who they are. And this is why I would not, if you have to work a shift with this person, I would not speak to them at all. I would literally go to work, mind your business, do your own work, make sure that you document everything. Okay? Everything. And if this person fucks up at work, report it to a supervisor. Don't just like allow it to go until it gets noticed. Report it immediately. And if this person has a problem with that, well, then you know what? They should never have been trying to get you punished in any way. This person feels like a kiss ass. They want to kiss the ass of everybody they want everybody's sympathy. This is why I've like literally have death for them. Like on the inside of me where sympathy would be, there is death. I have no sympathy for this person because this is what they're trying to extract from people. They want sympathy. They want, oh, feel bad for me, even though this person is actively doing things that goes against their spiritual journey. They're actively making mistakes and they're not taking accountability and responsibility for the words they've spoken, the actions they've created, and who else they've involved in trying to destroy another person. So I feel like you keep moving forward. Allow this person to be in the energy of being homeless, in poverty, broke, and seeking support from whatever else. Like, let them go find it somewhere else. You don't have to be the one that supports them. You're not this person's mother. The Fool. Because like I said, they are so dangerously out of balance, this person. They're about ready to walk off that cliff. This person is so unaware. Like they don't have, first of all, this person's a liar. Whatever they filled out for an apartment or a condo or whatever they're trying to get approved for, maybe this person was thinking about using your information. Maybe they're thinking about stealing your credit card at work. I would be locking your shit down. Okay. Don't be leaving your stuff around so people can have access to it. Because this person is going to try to sabotage you. But yeah, I feel like the reason that they are getting denied, they don't have first and last month's rent. They don't make 3 times the income level to get a home. This person needs to move in with somebody else. They shouldn't even be living on their own. Like if they want to, that's fine. But this person does not have the maturity to live on their own. They need to be like breastfed still. 7 of Cups, exactly. They're stuck in their shadow side, can't balance their darkness, and they want to see you suffer because you're in a position that they'll never attain. And when I say never, this person will never, ever do the right thing. They want all of the clout, all of the attention, all of the this, all of the that without doing any of the work. And they think that they can just come up. They think that coming up, this is the type of person that will take their money to the, what is it called? Casino and gamble the shit up thinking that they can come up when no, the interests are and when it comes to gambling, the highest and best interests are in the house's favor. It's never in the favor of the gambler. You may win a little bit of money, but you are going to spend 3 times the amount that you win just by gambling. So yeah, I feel like this person also took a gamble by they're experiencing some type of supernatural pushback. This is why they're in the Five of Pentacles. They wanted to destroy you instead of focusing on their responsibilities. Two of Swords, because they're blocked. I also feel like if you work with a group of people, this person has tried to talk smack on you to this group of people, and they're looking at this person like, the fuck is wrong with you? Collective over here, Empress over here is the best working person that we have. What are you talking about? What are you saying? You think you should have their position? What are you talking about? Literally. So yeah, this younger person is stupid. They can't just erase all of the, let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. They can't just erase all of the life's experience that you have gained through doing this work that you do and through being alive. They can't do that. If you're a mother, they can't unmake you a mother. This person is trying to punish you for being successful. And because they're not. This person's not going to be successful. Who told them that the success was a part of their journey? It requires hard work. Success requires work. And if this person doesn't want to work, then that's on them. They want to take your hours? Absolutely not. I would be going straight to the supervisor and be like, look, I would be like, look, I don't have a problem with this person, this Page of Pentacles energy, but I will tell you this, every single day they're coming up and trying to ask me to switch hours with them. They're bothering me. They're pestering me. And y'all hired this person, why is it that they want to take the most important hours of the day that I've worked for all of these years to obtain this position or whatever it is that you're working on? Why is it that this person just randomly wants to, they keep harassing me? I would straight up tell your supervisor that. And if they have you do a sit down with this person, I would sit down and look at them in the face and be like, why is it that you want my hours? Why do you want my position? Why do you keep trying to insert yourself in things that you don't belong in? Like, clearly you're not qualified for the job. You don't have the experience, you don't have the time under your belt, and you don't have the education needed to do whatever this is that you're wanting me to let you do. And then, because I was getting that this person will switch hours with you, lie on some documents, write your name, and fuck up on purpose to try to get you pushed out of the way. So do not, I would straight up be like, no. Where you're the better worker. Also, if you're thinking about hiring someone, do not hire somebody that is younger. Okay? Hire somebody around the same age as you. If you have your own business, magician, because this person is going straight to magic. Like, they really are. The thing is that they don't know that you're the magician. They don't know that you're the one that can stand in your power and that you know how to play. The reason that you're still in this company or that you're still in this position is because you have learned how to survive, which means that you can alchemize whatever people throw at you. Because you've had people like this before that just want to come in, stomp all over you, walk all over your life, shit on you, and then move on. Okay, Marina, awesome. So I'm going to pause the collective reading. We'll pick these cards up. And I will set the timer. And then I think I'm going to get... Okay. I'm going to use this deck. Okay. So we're going to use the Spirit Animal Oracle cards. I love this deck so much. What I am getting is that you could be balancing the elemental energies within your field at this time. Like, you could be spending a little bit more time outdoors, or you could be working with the element of air. I get that you have a lot of fairy energies around you, Marina, like a lot of fairy energies. But also knowing your spirit animals is going to be important, because what our spirit animals are is the lifetimes that we've had as an animal, right? And then when we come into this lifetime, we carry the traits that that animal has. And by placing the animals around us, like whether we see them in nature or putting a statue up or drawing a picture of them or putting a picture up, we're basically surrounding ourselves with very powerful energies. Okay. So I'm getting, yeah, that the element of earth, you know, you have gnome energy around you, you have fairy energy around you, you have mermaid energy around you as well. Interesting. And then salamander energy, which is a fire energy. So it feels like you're balancing yourself out. You could just be going for walks, like literally, or spending some more time outside, but nature is a healing element. Visionary. Oh my gosh. I love this. Giraffes are one of my favorite animals. I don't even think that I ever noticed that this deck was in the card, or this card was in the deck. Okay, so the thing about giraffes is that people don't know this. Most people don't know this. Giraffes, they can actually run pretty fast. The fact that the only time that they're vulnerable is when they stick their head down to drink. And not only that, the giraffe, I've seen a giraffe kick a lion's head clear off. Like you can search videos of giraffes defending themselves, and they can kick the shit out of like any type of predator. And so you would think that, like, because the giraffe looks kind of vulnerable, you would think it's vulnerable, but it's really not. Like, they are a powerhouse. The giraffe says, rise above earthly matters, which I feel like you grounding your energy is definitely helping you with that. Glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. I love that. I love that. So my favorite animal out of all animals is the okapi, and it's a blend of a horse and a zebra together, but it looks like it's a blend of a giraffe and a zebra. So okapi may be another animal that is very powerful for you. So yeah, you're being called to just rise above whatever's going on that's an earthly matter and looking at it from a higher perspective. Again, the giraffe gets to see things from a higher perspective. And remember, even though they look vulnerable, they're not. They're not. They can kick another animal's head, depending on the animal, clear off. This is why a lot of predators don't mess with them. The goose, inner knowing. Interesting. Now, I consider the goose to be a springtime animal, which is where we're at right now. So yeah, you becoming a visionary, rising above, and then the inner knowing with the goose. Because I'm getting like the goose that lays the golden egg. You could be getting ready to lay literally a golden egg metaphorically. Says that you're a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then where the giraffe is talking about you're able to see the right path because you have that bigger, higher perspective. You having this inner knowing is allowing you to go down that right path. And it could be doing some type of psychic work, spiritual work, healing work, Reiki work. You know, you're very compatible with the energy of the ocean, the energy of the forest, the energy of the savannah. Loyal friends. Okay, so look, the loyal friends that you create are already with you. I do feel like you have a lot of spirit animals around you. Don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. I love that. And you know how birds have like that inner compass, like whether it's a goose or what are those other things that I see? There was like 1 month in fall, I think it was a goose actually, where every time I would look into the sky, there would be a group of gooses, you know, flying in V formation. It's like they have an internal clock that allows them to navigate where they need to be. I love this for you. Let yourself fly. Oh my gosh, that's such good energy. Wow. So I don't know if you have a fairy garden or if you're wanting to create one, but I get that dedicating a little place of your home, maybe getting a fairy statue, would be something that and leaving like a little bit of cream or honey out for them. Because I feel like you have a lot of fairy energies that are willing to help you succeed. They're also willing to point you in the right direction when it comes to relationships, when it comes to business. You know what I mean? Yes, migrating back home. I love birds too. They're so amazing. And the energy of the goose is like, you know, they don't fly by themselves. Once one of them gets the urge to go to like south for the winter, it's like a chain reaction, and then all the other birds line up in suit. I feel like you gaining the higher perspective, being a visionary, seeing the right path, and then taking that path. This is what makes you such a powerful person. So yeah, you've definitely had lifetimes being a giraffe and a goose. The squirrel, always prepared. So you may feel like you get distracted easily, but I feel like you're overcoming that energy. Isn't this squirrel so cute? I'm also getting like the squirrel from Ice Age. Like that exact type of squirrel could be, which that was a real creature. That could be one of your spirit totems as well. It says you are the expert of hard work, which means the squirrel, what do? They're always collecting nuts, right? Oh my gosh, Ice Age is so funny. If you don't know, it's a Disney movie. But yeah, you'll have to Google Ice Age squirrel and you will laugh your butt off. It's just so funny. It says your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing for everyone. Don't let life's distractions, that's so funny, take you off your course. I feel like you're already on your course. It's just you're gaining a little bit more insight now on which way to go, and where things before would have distracted you. I feel like you're not going to let them distract you. Where things were very glittery and sparkly before, and there was something that my father said to me years ago about distractions, that everything in life is like sparkly. It's always trying to get our attention. But if we give our attention to things that don't serve our highest and best good, then we'll basically be pulled off of our plan of action. And by being distracted, we allow ourselves to miss our mark. And I feel like you could be afraid that you're missing your mark. You're not, though. Like this inner knowing, you know when to move forward. So there may be things like relationships that come up to distract you. There could be situationships that come up to distract you. Just know that if you didn't have any type of distraction going on, if the world wasn't putting anything sparkly in your face, then you would not be doing the right thing. That's the way that I feel. Like the fact that you have this energy of wanting to distract you from focusing on where you're going coming up, I feel like that energy comes up to anybody that gets on their path. So yeah, it's just saying just not to let life's distractions take you off your course. And again, you may go down many side paths, but you're still going to get to your destiny, which is where your outcome is. So like I would say having a child as a side path, and it could be a distraction, but is it something that's going to derail you from your purpose? No, it's not. And so I would look at, first of all, children are blessings. No matter what child it is, to who it is a blessing. Because I do get that children are going to be in your future. Make a plan for the future and your life, and give you all that you need. And life will give you all that you need. Sorry. Make a plan for your future. I feel like you already have a plan. This is like an inner knowing that you have. This is why the fairies are urging you to basically stay focused on the outcome and not to worry about the in-between steps to the outcome. Just know that if you focus on the outcome, you're going to get there. I love the energies of the squirrel. The squirrel is also a collector of things. So you could find yourself being very content with collecting things. Oh, thank you, you guys. God bless you. Yeah, you could find yourself being very content with collecting things. Like it could be seashells, it could be crystals, whatever this is, turn your passion into something that's more. By starting a business, by following its lead, or just by investing time into it. I don't feel like you're completely divided here. I feel like you are going to have a lot of time to prepare, I am seeing like how the squirrels will collect the nuts and then store them for winter. You're going to have everything that you need. So I wouldn't be worrying about that at all. The polar bear, mystic. The polar bear is the largest bear of all of the bears that exist on the planet. And not only that, the polar bear exists in the harshest of like environments. It says mystic. And that kind of goes in alignment with being psychic, being mystical, right? Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest. Dream and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Oh my gosh, that is so powerful for you. That is so powerful. And I like the energy of the polar bear because even in the harshest environment, the polar bear still thrives. And this is basically talking about embracing your psychic abilities. You definitely have them. So I would be using them, and they're for you to use. Okay. There's no accident that you have these gifts and talents. They're definitely there for you to use. The peacock vibrancy. I love that. Peacocks are so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I had one when I was younger, but it flew away. Oh, so beautiful. So you were born to shine and inspire. This is why you sharing your psychic gifts and talents with others is important, because you are this mystic. I feel like in other lifetimes you've been a seer before, many times, especially in Norse mythology. You may be very drawn to Norse mythology. Says you were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Again, I feel like your energy is so bright that you're going to experience jealousy no matter what, but still, practice humility to avoid it. I feel like that's a safe message, but also you shine so brightly that, and also the energy of the peacock is the energy of Hera, the Greek goddess of marriage and Zeus's wife and sister. So she may be looking over you as well. Yeah, be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're here to stick out, so that other people can look to you and see which way to go. I also feel like you could be experimenting with crystals, working with salt, taking salt baths, whatever this is that you're doing to ground your energy, it's working. So I feel like because the psychic abilities come through the crown chakra and the third eye, which are like the upper chakras. So when the upper chakras start to expand, you want to make sure that your bottom chakras are grounded enough so that when the information comes through, you can process it and then relay it to others. The puffin partnership. So 3 birds so far. I love this. So yeah, you are partnering with your higher self. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. I would say so. Colorful personality. Absolutely. Oh, that is so funny. It says, feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. So you may be getting ready to team up with your higher self. I get that it's more your higher self than other people. You may want to keep a log, like a dream log, about what you're dreaming and then what those interpretations mean, because you may end up writing a book about that. Also, when you have dreams that are like in brighter colors, those are prophetic dreams, which means that you're getting information about this world rather than going to another lifetime. The partnership with the puffin energy, I feel like that you partnering with your higher self is what's causing this inner knowing to come forward. The moose, wisdom. Oh my gosh, I love this. I don't know if you've ever seen a moose in real life, but they're humongous. I never thought that they were that big until I saw one in real life, and I was like, oh my God, they're huge. It says, let your head and mind reach to the stars. Yes, that's also your head and mind. That's your third eye and your crown chakra reaching to the stars. It says, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. Same thing with, oh, I got chills. Same thing with the psychic abilities and the inner shaman. Yeah, you're teaming up with your higher self, and you do have the ability to bring messages to others and to bring wisdom to others. I feel like you're somebody that catches on to things really quickly, and it doesn't take you long to catch on to stuff, especially when you're being presented a choice. Like you're somebody that's very hard to deceive because of your intuition. Also, shamanism is using the elements in nature to heal one's soul. I do feel like you have that ability. Sea turtle. I love sea turtles. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. Now, a sea turtle on land, you think, oh, turtle, obviously slow. When they get in the water, they are fast. They're very fast. So again, everything within its own element. It says protection. And remember, the sea turtle has that shell of protection where they can just suck their arms, their leg, and their butt back into their shell. And then it makes it like very difficult for any predator that's not like a human to be able to eat it. So I feel like you do have a level of protection. I would consider it to be the armor of God. It says you are the mastery. Oh, you love the ocean? Yeah, I definitely felt ocean energy for you. You are the master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm, and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything that you need to be protected and to be happy. You really do. And to be successful. I don't feel like you have to outsource to any other person or any other thing to be protected. You may call upon Archangel Michael, but I get that the protection that you have has always been with you. The penguin. I was wondering if the penguin card was going to come out for you. More of the Arctic energy. A very harsh. There's this movie. It's called, oh my God, what is it called? It's not The Flight of the Penguin, but it's like something about a penguin. Okay, it's a documentary, and it talks about penguins, how they basically separate genders. They leave each other, and then they go travel through like this whole pathway to migrate. They come back together. Then they meet their soulmate, because penguins only mate with one mate. Like they only have one mate throughout their entire life. They will never take another mate. Penguins are so interesting. So it may benefit you to watch whatever that penguin documentary is. It says, reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength. When you face the storm, especially with your abilities, if you ever get confused or you're like, what is happening here? You know, you may have an auntie or somebody else in the family that has these same gifts. That would be the person to be like, hey, what's going on? What is this? Why do I see little people running around? Why is nature coming and getting right up in my face? It says to reach out to your tribe in times of need. This could be your soul tribe, not just your family, but your soul tribe. It says that you have strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. Some people may not think that it's capable for you to be. Yes, your auntie. Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely, if you were to get confused, I would talk to her because she knows quite a bit. Wow, the tiger. The tiger. Fire. And we were talking about fire. Interesting. It says, I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. Yeah, this is like when you start to work with the universe and you start to work with your own abilities, all of these things are that you were wondering where they were going to fit into your life. They're all going to come together and mold together to help you. I do feel like that you have a very strong connection to the angelic realm. Okay, what else does she need to know? Hummingbird, miracles. Oh my gosh, hummingbird, another one of my favorite animals here. Hummingbirds represent joy. They also represent miracles. So yeah, I feel like when you stand in your power, you are the happiest, and you are somebody who will be in a position to lead others. It says, you are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. Oh my gosh, I love that. And sometimes that's like being the biggest inspiration to others, is sharing that happiness. And it could be just like starting off with you smiling at somebody that you see. You never know how, oh, wow, the elephant. See, when I was thinking about the giraffe being tall, I was also thinking about the elephant. Look at the elephant. This is like a decorated elephant. I really dig that though. The elephant, love is your strength. Love, joy, happiness. Leadership is your path. I was just saying, like, you're going to lead other people to the right direction. It says, your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. Okay, I want to pull one more for you. Oh my gosh, the unicorn. Yes, infinite possibilities. Unicorns are associated with innocence, purity, divinity, and virginity. You are the sovereign of the seen and unseen world. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirit's flight. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become legendary. Yeah, you have the ability to do this in this lifetime. So we started off with the giraffe, which is a visionary. The goose, which is inner knowing. The squirrel, which is always prepared. And I was picking up the Ice Age squirrel, the Disney movie Ice Age. That, because again, it's just a different type of squirrel, but it means almost the same thing. The polar bear, which is being the mystic and your psychic abilities and your shamanism abilities. The peacock with being vibrant, sticking out. It's okay to shine. It's okay to stick out. It's okay to be colorful. The puffin with partnership, you partnering with your higher self and with the elements around you. The moose with wisdom. I love that. Oh my gosh. Mooses have really good energy. They're very, very powerful animals. The protection with the sea turtle. Remember that you can always just, if you feel like you're ever at danger, you can always just pull your energy back in and you will be protected. The penguin is you being authentic. You know, some people have to fake it till they make it. You don't have to fake it at all. And then the tiger with the fire and passion. I love that. And then we have the hummingbird, which is miracles. You're going to create miracles for people. And you're also going to be the leader with the elephant, which is, yeah, greatness. That's part of your future. And then with the unicorn, infinite possibilities. I do feel like you have the spirit of the unicorn around you. So yeah, remember, the way that you can integrate the elements of these animals is by getting statues of them. Again, they don't have to be big statues. They also have like little crystal animals that you could get, drawing them, getting a coloring book, coloring them, that type of thing, focusing on them, meditating with them, calling upon them. When you call upon your spirit animals and, by you going out into nature, you are balancing yourself. So I feel like with all of that being said, you stepping into your power and stepping onto your journey is going to be so beautiful. You have the ability to be a shaman and a psychic. And so whatever you decide to do, it's going to benefit the greater of humanity. You're welcome. That was my pleasure. And mermaid energy. Okay, so mermaid energy. Mermaids are, well, they're half human. Well, they're humanish, but they're half human, half fish. There's different types of mermaids, right? There's sirens, which are the darker types of mermaids, but I'm getting just regular mermaids. Mermaids are real. I have actual ancestors that are mermaids. When you go to the ocean, if you were to feel like an emotional call, that's most likely the mermaid spirit. There's so much of the ocean that's been undiscovered and unexplored. And, mermaids have existed for a very, very long time. You're also very connected to dolphins as well. So, if you were to go to the ocean, I would pay attention to what's around you, because you may end up seeing, the sighting of a mermaid. I know that sounds like so out there, but it's really not. I've seen the signs of mermaids being around. I've also seen dolphins in the wild as well, and sea lions and stuff like that. So yeah, the energy of the mermaid is really good energy. They're very enchanting and they have a deep knowing and they're very magical creatures. So whenever you're doing any type of water magic, now let's see, there is a mermaid spirit that's called Mami Wata, and she is an African mermaid spirit. Then there's Yemoya or Yemoya, yeah, Yemoya, which is another African mermaid spirit. And let me just see what are the most famous mermaid spirits. Because I feel like I'm forgetting one. Okay, yeah, so I definitely got a hit. Okay, so the Slavic, which is kind of like, I would say Slavic would be like Russian. They're called the Rusalki. The Irish are called the Mero. The Canadian Inuit goddess Sedna is a mermaid goddess. The European serpent-tailed Melusine, and the African water spirit Mamiwata. I'm surprised that they did not mention. Oh, undines are water nymphs or spirits. That's another thing that you're connected to. Derketo, an ancient goddess whom Greeks described as half-fish mermaid goddess, believed to be the mother of Semiramis, which is another Greek hero. Thessalonic, which is another Greek. According to the folklore, she is the sister of Alexander the Great, turned into a mermaid who questioned sailors in the Aegean Sea. That's interesting. Never heard of that before. Villa, which is Slavic, similar to the Rusalki. These are beautiful but sometimes vicious water nymphs with long hair, occasionally described as having animalistic features, like hooves hidden by clothes. Interesting. And then the Morven, which is Cornish, also known as the mermaid, and that's British folklore. And then Yemoya. But yeah, I would work with those mermaid energies, calling upon them when you're taking a spiritual bath, when you go to the ocean. They do love offerings. They do love offerings. Like they love anything that you put your time and your attention and energy into. And most of the mermaid spirits, whenever they come into contact with a human and they help that human, they offer that human riches. Like that's usually the majority of mythology that I've heard. If they're not luring like men away to their deaths, like in the Odyssey, then they're helping people become more wealthy. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. It was my pleasure. All right, you guys. So we're going to just do another check-in with this energy, and then we'll see what comes out. But I feel like you guys have already overcome whatever this is. Just from the transition of me answering that question, it feels like something was cleared. The Empress. Wow. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so you're still showing up as the Empress, which means that basically you have a lot of security, a lot of deep roots, a lot of protection. People cannot just come up and unroot you. Like it's not possible. Also, if somebody wanted to make you feel ungrounded or unsafe, that's not going to happen. You know where your protection comes from. It comes from a higher power. And so this is why you really have nothing to worry about. King of Cups. Yeah, there may be somebody. Maybe this is a father figure, or this could be somebody at your job. There may be somebody who has wise advice for you when it comes to dealing with people who want to, the energy that it gives me is somebody wants you to be their slave. Like that's the energy that they put off. But again, there may be a King of Cups that gives you wise advice on how to deal with people like that. I feel like there's times to be kind, and then there's times to be, standing in your power. This is the time to stand in your power and call your energy back to you. If this other person feels like they want to take your place, let them attempt to. They would have to actually. Page of Pentacles, you guys. This is like seriously the same exact situation. That is crazy. The Page of Pentacles is what came out, before. This person wants to take your place. You may get some wise advice from a King of Cups of how to avoid, this person. Queen of Swords. Obviously, the wise advice is going to tell you to cut them off and not give them attention, not allow them to distract you, because that's what they want to do. They want to pull you off of your journey. And the Queen of Swords is somebody that cuts people off, but does so from a place of self-preservation. Like it's like being hurt and then putting that sword up to defend yourself so that you don't just keep getting hurt, right? Like you have to take some action to resolve the past. But I get that this younger person, what is the most important things that we need to know about this situation? This younger person is not seeing something about you. It could be that you're the Empress. Yeah, Two of Wands. You could be looking like to change the world. You see how this person's holding that world and they're looking at it like for the future. You could be looking at something that's going to change the world. It could be a new development in spirituality. It could be a new development in technology, whatever this is. Really right now. Whatever this is, when they come out like that, I think it's so funny. This is a very good idea that you have. You're also commanding the respect and attention of others. This is telling you to embark on a new adventure and to act decisively and to dedicate all of your energy into your new projects, especially if you're thinking about walking away from a job where you don't, if you have the ability to start up your own new business, I would go ahead and do that, because this is what it's looking like to me, is that you may have somebody that wants to come and work for you, or they just want to follow you wherever you go. It's a very strange energy. So then you have the King of Wands in the reverse. Ew. This person could be in their 40s. They could be very controlling and overbearing. If this is somebody that's also at your work, I would avoid them at all costs. Sometimes if you are working in a traditional setting where it's nurses and doctors, sometimes doctors can be real mean. Like they just get the biggest egos. They think that they're the shit and they want something done a certain way. Even if it goes against what your schooling is, sometimes you can plan your schedule around what doctor you're more compatible with. Some of you guys may become doctors. This person is straight up says controlling, overbearing, and quick to anger in interpersonal relationships and at work. So they could have a very hot temper. Judgmental and intolerant of others' lifestyles, opinions, ignorant, closed to new ideas, prefers to maintain the status quo, prejudiced and rigid. Yuck. Refers to maintain the status quo. That's like trying to maintain a status. This person creates conflict and unhappiness for you. I feel like this person also creates conflict and unhappiness for everybody else as well. The King of Pentacles in the reverse. This person is also another man over 40. This is why I'm wondering if these are people that you worked with, doctors, whatever. It just depends what field you're in. This person's stubborn, hurts other people's feelings without thinking. That sounds like, I used to work in the medical field. It sounds like a doctor. Puts his own needs first, changes jobs frequently, not successful, erratic mood swings cause conflict in his relationships, blames others for his failures, overreacts to the slightest provocation, repressed anger. This person cannot deal with their own life. Like, I'm serious. Both of these people could be wanting to punish you because of something that this younger person said. These people are going to be in the tower, especially if they are thinking about letting you go from a position. Oh, these people are going to be like, damn, we fucked up. Can you call them and have them come back? And you'll be like, nah, that was a sign that the universe gave me for me to go and invest in myself. So the tower is about, the abuse of power going on. These people abusing their power and being put in the tower. How ironic. Yeah, they need to get rid of something or someone from their team because it doesn't look like it's in alignment with them. Seven of Pentacles. Like I said, these people are going to be sitting around waiting, like after they make this stupid decision, they're going to sit around waiting for things to get better, thinking that you were the problem. And then they're going to realize all of a sudden that they were the problem. I think that's hilarious to me. And then once they do that, they're gonna be like, oh, can we get that person back? No, you've already moved on. You've moved forward and you're not investing in whatever this stupid shit is. especially if this is like a job that you have to keep putting boundaries up because you have somebody that is trying to push you out of the workplace. Let this person, literally, I would just move on and let this person do whatever they're going to do, because they're going to put themselves in a situation to where they can't recover. The devil. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You don't want to have to fight the devil. That's why releasing people, places, and things that no longer serve you is going to be for your highest and best good. Okay, and calling your power back. Yeah, you may start your own relationship, start your own business, and it may put you in a position to where you'll meet a lot of new people. I feel like that's you spreading your light around rather than dedicating it to just one type of career. Queen of Cups. Because these people, they disregarded your kind, loving, perfect nature. This is why I feel like these people are very foolish. They want to punish you for something that you haven't even done. And then this is like them wanting to punish you because you exist. Then when you leave the situation, they'll want to punish you because you're not there. It's like, make up your mind already. What do you want, the collective or not? And these people, they don't know what they want because they're being confused by this younger person. Yeah, some of you could be getting ready to start your own journey where you're going to have children and move on and have a relationship and all of that. Wow, 60,000 people plan to stunt your marriage. Yuck. 10 of Swords. The devil is always going to put people in the 10 of Swords. These people are going to be whining and bitching and moaning like they're the victim when they're not the victim. They know that they're not the victim. You're already showing up as the perfect decision. You're the perfect choice. Why anybody would choose somebody younger than you? Maybe they think, oh, I won't have to pay them as much. Okay, well, you get what you pay for, dumbass. These people literally are not going to get anything that they want out of this younger person. 3 of Wands. And they should have done right by you while they had the chance, because you're looking and moving on to better things here. You could be living a non-traditional lifestyle. I don't think that that's, something you deserve to be punished for. If you don't want to marry one of these weird ass people, that's up to you. You could be getting ready to get married, and you have these people from the past that are in their 40s that have made plenty of mistakes that still think that they have time to come make something up to you. No, they don't. You don't want to fuck with them. Let them continue to go for this younger person and think that they're the best option. I mean, seriously, people will just have to learn by their own experience. And where these people were showing up in the reverse, that's because this younger person is attached to the devil and these people are low vibrational. This is why they're showing up in the reverse. You also don't need a relationship where you have to fix the person that you're with. That's ridiculous. 7 of Swords. These people know that running away from their problems, because this is what they're looking at you as an scapegoat or scapegoat, however you call that. But they're looking at you as the option to fix their problem. If they can sacrifice you or make you do the work for them or whatever, but this is not what's going to get them success. They're running away from their problems that they caused by being immature. And this is why I just don't have any compassion for no grown-ass men making stupid decisions. Strength. Everything that you've gone through up to this point has only made you stronger. So you are going to reach the heights of society and fame. These people are going to be forced to watch. They're going to feel very disillusioned about how you got here, what you did to get there. But I'm telling you, you're already in the position that you're going to be in, to succeed. You already have everything that you need within you. These people, they can't sacrifice you. And that's what punishing somebody is, what they wanted to do to Jesus. Or what they did, excuse me. They wanted to do it and they did it. This is not the age of Pisces. These people are running away from having to make a sacrifice. And what they need to sacrifice is their mentality of trying to enslave you or ensnare you into one of these weird relationships or something. Or it could be wanting you to step up into a position that's salary based. No, you deserve better than having to work and slave for somebody. You're not nobody's slave. People need to stop with the dumb shit. If these people wanted a slave, they don't, again, they don't have the actual courage to go find a slave. They just want to enslave you to their company. Absolutely not. This is why I completely do not agree when companies ask for your urine, your blood, or anything else. I don't agree with that. I understand they don't want people on drugs, but I also understand that companies will do witchcraft on their employees to keep their employees bound to them. And, that's why I don't agree with it. And I feel like drug testing people and stuff like that, in my own personal perspective, I feel like that is way too intrusive into somebody else's life. Okay. Whether they self-medicate or not, or whether they're on medications or not, I feel like drug testing people for jobs, unless it's a certain job, like flying an airplane, where you have to know that that person is not like on stuff, like, you know what I mean? There's certain things that I guess it would be acceptable, but they need to be responsible with the DNA that they collect from people. And I feel like, if you were in a position like flying an airplane or something like that, you would have no problem giving up a DNA sample. However, I feel like all of these other jobs that are like clerical positions and they want you to give them your DNA, the fuck no. Or even whatever those companies are called, staffing agencies, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do not agree with that. I think it should be illegal, to be quite honest, unless it's a certain type of position. I think it should be illegal to take somebody's DNA, because that's way too intrusive into their life. I mean, they can't ask you about your sexuality or anything else. Like, they can't, why should they be able to test your DNA? I think that's inappropriate. Unless, again, like I said, you're in a certain position. Like, unless, do they drug test surgeons? Possibly not. They possibly don't do anything like that, but they should. People that are operating on people that are holding positions that are of such importance that we need to know that they're not fucked up on heroin. Like, what was the show? Oh my gosh, there was a doctor there, a very famous doctor show, and he would always come up with the cure. He would always figure out what tests to do, but he was like addicted to Vicodin or something, some type of pain medicine. Oh my God, what is that doctor show? If you guys know the doctor show, you'll have to let me know what it's called. Let me just ask. Doctor show. I think it was called House. Was it called House? He walks with a limp or something. House, MD. Dr. Gregory House. Yes, he was addicted to Vicodin. Damn, I think I said that. Yeah, every episode, it's always an episode where somebody has some weird shit that's like never been heard of, and he always finds the answer. Anyways, really good show, you guys, if you're into doctor shows. So you have this Six of Wands, the Six of Wands energy. And this came out earlier as well, this fame and public recognition. You're going to be rewarded for your hard work. I don't feel like you're going to be sacrificed. It's just not possible at this time. Anybody that wants to do that, they're going to have to contend with God. I'm serious. All right, let's get a conclusion. What do they need to know moving forward? Yeah, if you just stay away from this situation, don't hire somebody who's a lot younger. If you have somebody at work always asking you questions, like questions that have to do with your job, they're trying to find out how they can do your job. Six of Pentacles. This is about trying to come up off of somebody else, which I completely disagree. You're not going to make payments to these people. Yeah, they need to find out a way to make themselves successful and not off of using slave labor. Okay. This is another country. That's got to stop. I mean, it does. It really needs to stop. These countries that still think it's okay to do that type of shit, and that to belittle women and treat women like they ain't shit. Like how unintelligent do these people have to be mistreating the one thing that continues the human race? Without women, men would just be screwing each other, not having children. Like, women are the ones that nurture their children in traditional settings. They're also the ones that get pregnant, carry the baby, and are responsible for giving birth. Okay. So like, why other countries and why other cultures disrespect women and treat women like they're animals is beyond. If God gave the ability of reproduction to a woman, why would a man think that they are better than a woman? Okay. Like, that's what I'm wanting to know. If the divine set it up so that the female energy is the one that keeps the race going, okay, the human race, you know, keeps it going, then why would they be less than an animal? Why would they be treated less than? This is why I disagree with other cultures when they say shit like that. When they're like, oh, a woman's testimony is half that of a man's. Okay, so you want to treat the one thing, the one lifeline that you have to keep your generations going, you want to treat them like they're half of a man? You've got to be joking. It should be treated equally. Literally. The reason why I do not agree with the Catholic religion is because when Mary Magdalene gave her testimony to the rest of the apostles, Peter was like, nope, that came from a woman's mouth, even though Mary Magdalene knew Jesus better than anybody else did. And Jesus gave his special teachings that he knew that the whole world wouldn't understand to Mary Magdalene. And then Peter was like, nope, can't trust her. She's a woman, you know, then went to go establish the Catholic Church and then put in there to restrict women. And then not just that, but I just disagree with that. Okay. Thinking that you have to have a husband to get into heaven, that is delusions of grandeur. I feel like women, respect and protection needs to be provided to women. And if our culture doesn't start stepping the game up and providing that, then, you know, there will not be children in the future. Women could at any point in their life decide, I don't want to have any more children. I don't want to marry a man. I don't want to be subjected to abuse and sadism and mistreatment. And then think about it. If all of the women got together and stopped getting in traditional relationships, and like the Amazon women did, all got together and fought for themselves, what do you think would happen? The men would have to come crawling back. Like, literally, please, some of you come be with us, do our laundry, do all of the mundane tasks that we don't want to do because we're too lazy. You know what I'm saying? This is why I feel like there needs to be respect given. The Page of Swords and the Reavers, these people are watching. Oh, well, let them get over it. All it takes is the decision of a group of women or a group of people to make a different choice, and the world will change. Okay. And so you could be the first to say, you know, enough with this abuse of children and abuse of women, treating them like they're second-class citizens. I feel like when it comes to the welfare of women and children, that there should not be any fucking government shutdowns or questions about that. If a woman applies for food stamps, and this is the way that I feel, I truly do feel like this. If a woman applies for welfare or food stamps, if they're not able to make it on their own and they're struggling, the government or disability, the government should have no problem at any point supporting the women, because if they don't support the women, you know, what are they going to do? I guess they can go use test tubes. I guess they can go, you know, do whatever they're going to do with science, clone people or whatever. That's the alternative to keep the human race going. And literally, where they've made cloning illegalized, but then they continue to do it on, you know, certain islands, I think that that's very inappropriate. They're taking away, or they're adding to the planet's population by taking away the natural, you know, process of bringing other people into this world and then, disregarding the care and the need of women. That's ridiculous. That's so beyond inappropriate to me. Wheel of Fortune, because your guys are doing the right thing. You have the Wheel of Fortune on your side. Fame and the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, that's obviously got people pissed off. Their foolish behavior, and this is why I feel like it's just stupid. You don't burn the people. Like when you need a certain person or a situation, when you need it, like to survive, to thrive, when a culture, and every culture needs women, okay? It needs mothering, nurturing, all of that. And I'm not saying that a man can't be, a nurturer, but I am saying that a man cannot carry a child and give birth to one. We've never seen, other than seahorses, we've never seen any other masculine energy step up to that plate and take care of that very important task, okay? That was given to the women by the divine for a reason. And so they just want to ex-nay women out of everything, treat them like second-class citizens, take away their rights, abuse them, and neglect them. All it takes is, one woman, then the next woman, then the next, and the next, walking away from those situations, being like, why don't you deal with it on your own? defending themselves. And then all of the women will gang up together. And because we do outnumber men. And I'm not saying women are better than men, but women statistically outnumber men, okay? And not only that, is statistically, there will be women throughout life that will have many husbands, that will carry those husbands into passing away, not by unaliving them, but by being their wife for however long until they pass away. There, because in other parts of the world, and this is mainly like in the past in other parts of the world, where you have 50-year-old men marrying 9-year-olds and impregnating them. And again, I'm just saying other parts of the world where that's acceptable behavior, then yeah, you're going to see a woman that when she starts having children at the age of 12 and starts getting R-worded at the age of 9 and sold off because she's treated like a second-class citizen by her family, less than a goat. It's like trading a goat to someone because she's traded. It's just, people need to get it together. Start treating women better. Because again, I would think that it's very stupid to abuse and use a woman and then turn around and rely on that woman to feed you, take care of you, clothe you, keep the house clean, and all of that. Like you can't be abusing bitches and then think that they're not going to be like, why the fuck would I take care of you? You abused me my entire life, or all of my 20s and 30s. You know what I mean? I was popping kids out left and right, and you were just using me like I was a piece of meat. And the way that other cultures and other religions think that women are animals, does that give them okay, so if we're animals and then men are people, then why are men fucking animals? Does anybody have anything to say about that? So it's acceptable for them to fuck an animal, which could be a sheep, a donkey, a cow, whatever, a pig, whatever. This is like what I'm saying. Like there has to be equality. And if the government doesn't step up to provide the protection and shelter to women, then you know what? It just takes one woman starting a movement for the rest of them to be like, yeah, I'm not doing this shit anymore. Go fucking die on your own. Literally go live the rest of your life by yourself and die on your own. Like, and these men should be grateful as all hell that these wives don't poison they dumbass after abusing them and forcing them to pop out kids left and right at very inappropriate ages. And then people's parents that, don't treat children like they have any rights. Like that's ridiculous. So yeah, it just takes a few people standing up to say no to that shit for a change to happen. But I feel like the government of every company, of every country, the government of every single country needs to put the welfare of women and children above whatever other agenda they have going on. Because without securing women and children, I guess they're going to have to resort to using test tubes. And that's not, I mean, that is a way to create, but that's not a natural way to create. Okay. Does it make it wrong? I don't think so. But I will say that, even people that use women as surrogates, like there has to be respect given at some point and care. And the government has shown, not only this government, but other governments have shown the people that they do have the resources to take care of every person in that country. They absolutely have the resources. If they can let as many illegal immigrants come over as possible and take care of them and give them the resources, why can't they take care of the women and children, the people who are vulnerable? Like, what is up with that? You would think that the human race would have been smarter up to this point. The emperor. But we need a real boss. We need somebody who's a real boss, who is not afraid to give the support when the support is needed. You know what I'm saying? I feel like where everything is so money based, it's not based upon the well-being of our citizens. And it's not, it just takes one country making a change for the rest of them to follow suit. You know what I mean? It really does. But until the mentality of the people changes, it just feels like it's going to be more of the same. And eventually women will be like, yeah, I don't want to get married. I don't want to pop out babies. I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to clean up diapers and clean households and do all of this other shit and have a job and fight in wars. And I mean, all of that, like, it's just science. The way that nature has evolved itself to where women are the important piece to carry that child into this earth. There should be systems set up to protect women and to provide for them, point blank, period. I do not care what the circumstance is. And what are we doing with our resources? 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. What are we doing with our resources to where we can't even provide for the women and children? Like, what? Yeah, these people are dishonest in business. You can't trust them. This is why I'm telling you to walk away from them. If somebody's not treating you right, just know that this other person that wants your position, these people will also not treat them right as well. And it's going to lead these people at a crossroads, but maybe that's where they need to be to make a better choice. When it comes to the well-being of all people, they need to start making better decisions and not just like throwing rocks, hiding their hand and crying wolf. All of these $1 billion that are found in scams that the different parties have created over time, why isn't that funneled into an account that can be divvied out to actual real living women and children? Like, you know what I mean? The moon. Yeah, these people are secret hidden enemies. They want to punish women for what? For a story that somebody else wrote about Adam and Eve. They probably want to punish women because Lilith left Adam. They're still on that type of shit. If you don't know about Lilith, Lilith was the twin flame of Adam. She was the first woman. But yeah, they only want to talk about Eve because Lilith was like, fuck this shit. The moment that Adam was like, no, I'm better than you. I'm the man. I'm stronger than you. I'm going to dominate you. Lilith was in the Garden of Eden. She spoke the secret name of God, grew wings and flew away and was like, I'm bouncing. And it just takes, and this is why they wanted to hide that in religion, because a woman revolting against a man, they want to blame women for the reason that everything is bad in the world. We're not to blame. We're not to blame. And I'm sorry, but even if Eve did eat the fruit in the garden, Adam didn't have to. He obviously has no common sense or no intuition or whatsoever and was completely the fuck unaware. Didn't even know he didn't have clothes on and shit like that. I mean, what state would, they should be thanking the serpent, okay, for that, because it was all an experiment. There was many Garden of Edens, right? Anyways, I just think that the mistreatment of women, it stems back to some old stupid belief, and the world needs to scratch that. Especially if they want to see the world continue to exist and humans to be on it. They better start protecting the women on this planet. Look, the Knight of Cups. You're not taking any offers from lesser people. And I'm not saying that this person's lesser than, but if you're showing up an Empress, this is showing up as less, that a Knight energy. Okay, look, the Empress is all of the queens in the deck combined, and it turns into the Empress. The Emperor is all of the kings and all of the knights and the pages all combined together, and it turns into the Emperor. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to answer Tropical Tarot's question, and then we will shut down the reading. So let's just look and see. Well, I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you that, see, she's mad at you. What is she mad at you about? Is she mad because you found out? Did you tell her that you knew that what she was doing in the spaghetti? Like, she's probably pissed off because her witchcraft is not working. No, I literally cleared it to the point where if whatever she tries to do next is also not going to work. And again, you don't have to tell her that, oh, you know somebody that knows about things. The spaghetti spell is one of the oldest spells that have ever existed. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't have a good feeling about you going with her, especially where she's, I'm still going to pull cards on it, but I don't have a good feeling about you going with her, especially where she's like, what is she pissed off about now? You know what I mean? Yes, you could meet your Empress there. What is she? I think that she's genuinely pissed off because her spaghetti trick didn't work. And I just want you to know that if that energy was allowed to work, it would have caused you to go insane. Like if you guys do any research into the spaghetti spell, it's disgusting, but it's one of the most oldest spells that exists. It's a love spell. It's when women will put their period blood into spaghetti and then give it to a man. 9 times out of 10, that man ends up going insane and then ends up unaliving or really, really hurting that woman. And so there's not been one case ever where that's ever worked out. But yeah, I feel like, damn, she wants to control you so bad. She's mad at you again. Like, for what? I feel like if you go with her on this trip, it's going to be more of, well, sometimes vacations can take you out of the energy that you're in. But again, no, she's done something just recently. She tried to do something else and it didn't work. Ace of Cups. Look, you're so loved by God. You could easily go by yourself. I can't tell you what to do, but I will tell you that it doesn't look good with the way that is right now. When I said that she was going to Sean's house and getting possessed, it feels to me like she either did something to try to put you up under another love spell, and she's pissed off that didn't work. She could be dealing with a backfire. The backfire, could definitely feel like she feels like she's unloved. 7 of Pentacles. Interesting. The 7 of Pentacles is like somebody sitting around waiting for the tables to turn in their favor financially. I'm serious. Yesterday, after I answered your question, another person came on and it was crazy because they had the same situation going on, not the exact same spell, but it was like other love stuff and somebody wanting to get someone's money through love magic. You just need to be very aware of that. Why this person feels the need to do that to you it's so unnecessary. And then you have to question, like, have you been up under love magic that's made it hard for you to walk away? 4 of Swords. Yeah, if you choose yourself, it's going to be the end of a personal battle with her. But, you know, like it may be easier with the love spell being cleared. Yeah. She tried to do something again because she can feel that it didn't work. She's sitting around waiting for something to go in her way, like to go her way so she can get the upper hand over you. What for? Why does she even need that? Interesting. Yeah, I would be very careful about going on a vacation with her where she's in this state. Yeah, it was a love spell day. It was a love spell day yesterday. The Fool. Yeah, because you don't want to be, you know, unknowingly walking off that cliff. And if you follow her lead, good God. Oh, I pray for you so much. Literally, the Fool is not a bad card, but it is about being unaware. She's definitely probably trying to scratch. She's probably trying to figure out how you are not compelled to give her whatever she wants. And what she doesn't understand is that, first of all, you are loved by God, which means that God will bring the appropriate people into your life when needed so that, you know, you have the assistance that's needed. Wow, the Page of Swords, she's literally sitting around spying, using whatever method of divination that she has access to. Interesting. Because she wants to know if this love domination thing's going to work. No, it's not going to work. Interesting. Let me get some more clarity on the Page of Swords. What is she wanting to know about? Money. It keeps coming back, money. The Two of Wands. See, you're over here dreaming for a better world. This is why I feel like things are always going to work out for you. You also have star ability. This is something that she desperately wants, but she can't have. It's just like it's really weird to me when people are in a romantic relationship with somebody else and they feel like entitled to their energy, their time, their blessings. So look, this is what I'm seeing. If you decide to go on this vacation with her, she's going to blow up on you, okay? And then, I mean, it would give you a closer look into what she does, because again, she's trying to do magic on you. But if you don't go on this vacation with her, she's going to blow up on you either way. So it's like, and you could probably feel that like screwed if you do, screwed if you don't type energy. You know, it's hard to sometimes go on a vacation by yourself to a new area, but I don't want you to be trapped, you know, in a new location with this person and them going completely into demon mode or them getting a text message from Sean or whoever, you know, and then going off the rails and then you having to deal with that. That would be very, very, very bad. But I also understand that you plan this trip ahead of time. Queen of Cups. See, I think that she's expecting you to propose to her and that she thinks this love spell is going to work and you're going to propose to her. She also thinks that she would be the perfect wife and perfect mother. No, if you have to force love, then it's not real. It's not a good thing. That will always backfire. You can't force somebody else's free will. And where you're seeing the signs and when you go to her house and the energy is off and she's in the middle of the night cooking spaghetti and you eat it and you get sick, all of that stuff, it's for you to learn so that you don't ever fall into this trap again. I can't tell you what to do, but I will tell you that it's not going to be good if you go. You're going to be like, holy shit, when is Astraea going to go live so I can ask her how to fix this? I don't know if you can fix anything with this person. Where they're in the mentality of, oh, just do a spell on somebody, that's how it's going to fix it, rather than work through a real relationship issue. The thing is that, you know, you want to attract somebody in that is on your level. Queen of Pentacles. The queens are popping out. And it's funny to me how she says Well, you said that she makes more money than you, but she never has money. Like what, for what reason? Who is she giving it to? That's what I would be wondering. Okay, so what do we need to know about this vacation specifically? Because I want to be able to give him a clear answer on, you know, how things are going to go. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles. See, she is not able to stand on her own 2 feet. Something about what she's expecting from you on this vacation is going to blow up in her face. I think that she's legit expecting you to like make some type of proposal or offer to her, and you're not going to do that. She's thinking that you're going to give her something or, you know, offer her something that's going to put her in a position to be able to stand on her own 2 feet. But again, the 9 of Pentacles is somebody that's single, that's self-sufficient, that can stand on their own 2 feet. It says money and possessions are safe if you're cautious and disciplined. Watch out for your financial interests. Rely on your own instincts. Where this is like you guys are supposed to be leaving tomorrow. Holy crap. And she's pissed off at you because her little witchcraft thing didn't work. 8 of Swords. Because she wasn't able to imprison you and entrap you. That is severely disturbing to me and very sad. Also, I just feel like she's lying so much to you. She's not telling you the truth. Yeah. Yeah, maybe get another flight. I mean, it doesn't, it looks, what it looks like to me is like she's trying to come up off of you, which is not a good energy. She's also going to be expecting something from you that you're not going to give to her. King of Swords. Whoever this King of Swords is, you also don't want to be in another, like, where she has a tendency to completely start screaming at you and flip off. I feel like he knows, yeah, absolutely. Where she has a tendency to scream and go off at the mouth and be upset and be really crazy, I feel like it could be possibly dangerous to be in a hotel setting like that and then have her go completely off on you, make you look like you're the aggressor or something, and then you end up in jail facing a judge. That to me is dangerous. So I would really think about it, especially if she's already pissed off. What is her reason to being pissed off with you now? Like, seriously, you've not done anything. You not being affected by her witchcraft is not you doing anything to her. She needs to understand that. 5 of Wands, competition. And this is what I feel like is disturbing. Why there is so much competition in this relationship. Weird. That's definitely weird to me. Making you compete with other men is super strange. Okay, what else do we need to know? Yeah, well, if you cancel the trip, she may accuse you of being with somebody else. Whatever she says to you, she's doing that. So again, I feel like your stability is the most important thing. 4 of Cups. Yeah, because she always gets to go doing stupid things when she gets bored. It's emotionally exhausting. I don't feel like a vacation is going to fix the relationship. And I feel like you could be putting yourself in a very tough situation by going. Okay. So just know that that's what's coming through the cards. And for this King of Swords energy and then the 8 of Swords, that's like being judged and put in jail. I think that if she's done so many things incorrectly in this relationship. If she would have not done all of this, like, things would have been looking better. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to work out good if you take her with you. 8 of Pentacles. See, there's a lot of work that she needs to do on herself that she's not going to do. And whatever this work is that she's doing on you, it's not taking hold of you. That's why you're able to still think. But yeah, I feel like you could be putting yourself at a disadvantage. And then, but also, if you were to go on a vacation with her, yeah, she's going to blow up on you. There may be some good moments, but you would actually see what it's like to be around her. I do feel like there would be some type of text message or phone call or something coming in from Sean or one of the people that she's not supposed to be talking to, and that would spark up a big argument and fight. So that's something that you definitely, the devil, you definitely want to avoid having this type of attachment, which is what keeps being sent to her. The devil and the magician, yeah, that does not look good. Damn, that's so sad. I was thinking, who else could you take with you so that you don't have to go by yourself? You could take a family member, but I know you wanted it to be a romantic getaway, and in normal situations it would be, but she's doing all of the wrong things, you know, and she's going to continue to throw a fit that you're not up under this love spell and probably not even tell you why she's mad. King of Pentacles. Yeah. I hope to God that she does not decide to go to some other type of practitioner to get something put on you. I mean, just know that if that happens, that we will remove it and take it off. But this person, she needs to understand that doing witchcraft on you or finding somebody else to do witchcraft on you is not the answer. And where she already tried to dose you the other night, I wouldn't be able to trust this person at all. Love magic has very bad side effects. It does. It causes insanity. 8 of Cups. Yeah. The 8 of Cups is like you being told to walk away. So I can't tell you what to do, but I will tell you what it looks like. If you do end up saying no to her, she is going to throw the biggest temper tantrum. She also may end up contacting somebody to get some spell work done on you. If that occurs and you start to feel weird, come on here and let me know, and we'll look at it and we'll clear it and make sure that whoever she goes to, that they cannot do whatever this is. Because I'm already seeing a premeditated plan, because whatever she did personally didn't work. And I don't know why some people think that they can just pick up a spell book or pick up a ritual that's never, like, that specific spell has never worked out for anybody, you know? I don't know why they think that they can just pick up any type of spell work and then just do it on somebody and then it's going to work. No way, yo. And I do get that, you know, going by yourself would give you peace. It would also give you time to think about the relationship, and it would give you distance. 3 of Wands. Yeah, he needs to run. I know. 3 of Wands. Yeah. It would give you the ability to look to the future and to make a new plan. You know what I mean? And I know that you wanted her to be a part of your future, but you're dealing with somebody who is a monster. They're behaving like a monster. And that's not me judging them. That's just like what their behavior is. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's the 3 of Wands is like carefully weigh the risks. Again, you walking away from her, she's going to throw a fit. You going with her, she's going to throw a fit. Either way, it's going to be a fit. I would not want to be trapped in a new location with somebody feeling like that. Could be even more of a dangerous feeling than being, you know, in a new location by yourself. At least when you're by yourself, you can trust yourself. You can't trust this person as far as you can throw them. Yeah, it'll be very disappointing, but at the same time, you'll be saving yourself. See, I feel like if you go on this trip, she is going to try to find somebody that can do this spell work. let me see what the outcome of that's going to be. I mean, I know that you'll end up contacting me and that will be cleared, but Six of Pentacles, see, she wants to put you in a position to where you have to give her money. And this is exactly what this practitioner is going to do. They're going to on you. They're going to try to put the spell work on you. And why these practitioners, why they do this is like, they'll be like, yes, I can make this person come back to you. Absolutely. But they require continual work. It's not a one done wham bam thank you ma'am type situation. It's work that has to be done regularly, which means dosing you with some type of witchcraft, possibly getting you to eat it or drink it on more than one occasion. Okay, so I would be very aware of like super aware if you were to feel an energy try to pull you back together, because this is a very toxic relationship. I feel like you already know that, but you didn't know the full extent of it. The fact that she feels like your resources are worth taking, that she'll go to an external person and ask for them to do something, that's real dangerous, especially because I have picked up that Tropical Tarot, you do have a connection to Archangel Michael, like a bloodline connection, which is why a lot of this stuff that she's already done has not worked all of the way. It's not made you fall head over heels. And again, she doesn't want a long-term serious relationship with you. She just wants your money. So that's why I feel like you need to guard your possessions. Eight of Wands. This is like when they do the work, they have to go to the crossroads. They have to go to the crossroads on a regular, it's like a cycle to keep you up under the spell. And then once you break free of this type of shit though, you rise above it. This is why I've always told you to get the truth of God, use the God technique to rise above it. That way, if anything were to happen, you could just easily rise above it. But yeah, she's not going to understand that to have this work done on you, this could be one reason why she's broke if she was having the work done on you, literally, because the practitioners demand to be paid consistently. And when how this works, it's transactional based. When somebody goes to a practitioner and is like, I want a love spell put on somebody, okay, they'll put that love spell on it, and then they go take the money that's that transaction and they go buy, oh, did he leave? Are you not here anymore? Oh, she lost her acid to go on the trip. Acid, what does that mean? Oh, she was going to bring acid to Miami. She lost it. That's crazy. Oh, thank you for telling me acid drugs. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. I was not understanding. I was like, acid, what does that mean? Okay. Okay, he'll watch the reading later. Okay. Damn. Yeah. Again, getting on a plane with substances, probably not the best decision. I don't know enough about acid to know where you store that or whatnot, but you definitely don't want to be out of town on whatever acid is doing, which I think it's a hallucinogen. Definitely don't want to be. And you know what? It's probably a blessing that she lost the acid, to be quite honest. Jesus. Yeah. That's so fucking scary. Absolutely not. But yeah, it's basically transactional based. When you work with practitioners, when they get the money, just to let you guys know, if you ever wanted to know about this, but when they get the money, they go buy the offerings to give to the spirits to keep the spirits doing the work. If the money flow stops to the practitioner, then the practitioner gets really upset, and the spirits that they work with get really upset, and then they'll reverse all of the work. And then it could cause a very big issue, like with somebody going completely crazy. Yeah, the sun. I feel like going by yourself would be the safest thing. But Tropical Tarot, you just got to make a decision based upon how you feel, and be careful. Look, if you guys don't know, the airports right now, the security that's at the airports are beyond what they used to be. It's triple, quadruple, like it's multiple times right now. And if you don't know about it, Google it or YouTube it, okay? Why is it? Because Trump is trying to crack down on people coming illegally into the country. And so now the wait times at the airports are like, they're like 2 or 3 hours, where usually they're an hour, and they're going in, they're doing a much bigger investigation on who's traveling, what they have with them, and everything like that. It's not as loose goose as it used to be, and it's causing major disruptions. Also, by the way, places like Miami, places like Daytona Beach, Florida, also there have been extreme spring break, because it's spring break right now, there have been extreme circumstances happening at these spring break spots, and where there's riots, gunfire, and all sorts of scary shit. So that would be another thing to be looking into, is like, if you're gonna go to a spring break spot, now is not the time. I mean, and in some of the places in Florida, they've actually given anybody under 18 has a curfew. They have to be in at a certain time. Does that stop the people that are in college? No, it doesn't. But still, yeah, I would just be very, very careful and very cautious. I would not be taking substances on a plane. Okay. So maybe it's better that if you do decide, Tropical Tarot, when you see this, if you do decide to take her with you on this trip, first of all, I would go based off of how tonight goes. If she walked in the middle of the reading, I would go based off of how tonight goes. If it's fighting all night and she's being weird and she's trying to, feed you anything, do not eat or drink anything from this person, please. And watch your drinks. And I would not go on vacation with anybody I had to watch my drinks around or watch my food around. But yeah. Also, just know that right now, the security is like so extra. It's like extra security at the airport, which means it's going to be, you want to arrive to your flight 2 hours early. Like, that's what they're saying for everybody, no matter where you're flying to and from. Because ICE agents are everywhere at the airport, and they're trying to stop the illegals. Okay. All right. What else do we need to know? The Five of Pentacles. Okay. So she's afraid of this energy. I feel like she carries this energy with her. Whoever this practitioner is that she was working with, I'm going to go ahead and clear what they have already done and reverse it. Yeah. And that way, and then let me just do that really quick. Oh my God, there was so much of that. Wow, it's still clearing. Okay, yeah. The reason that she's broke could be because she was paying this practitioner. I had never thought of, and the thing is if she stops paying this practitioner, which is what I'm picking up on, she doesn't have the money for it now. This practitioner is going to do something to her. And that's basically her fault, because nobody should be going and seeing, no, I'm not married. Nobody should be going and seeing, and I'm totally okay with that. I was married in the past and it was no bueno for me. But nobody is going to be going and like this practitioner, they have the ability to put her in the Five of Pentacles by going to the crossroads. They really do. They may decide to do that when they do not get this payment. That could be why she was trying to do the shit herself, because she doesn't have the money to pay this practitioner. holy crap, that could be the answer as to where her money's been going. Because again, these practitioners, they set up the spell works in a certain way that it's transactional so that you have to keep paying them. Again, Tropical Tarot, use your best discernment. I can't tell you what choice to make, but I will tell you that taking substances on a plane is a really stupid idea at this point. Also, going on a trip with somebody that you know who has actively done spells on you, who's been trying to put you up under spell work, who's afraid that once you break free of this spell work, that they don't have control over you. That's somebody that's a tyrant, basically. And this is all about money. This is not about love. This is wanting you to submit to her for money so that she can have your money. Ridiculous. Because the other people that she knows that are her age or a little bit older, they don't have resources. They're bum-ass losers. And they would never step up for her in any type of way. But yeah, I feel like there's so much danger with this situation. Just, you know, you do not want to be over in a new place on hallucinogens. Okay? Absolutely not. And whatever else, and you don't want to, also don't want to be with somebody that you're having to watch your food and drink around. Ace of Wands. I feel like things are about to move in a new direction. You may get some insight tonight. Okay, you may get some insight tonight, like through an intuition. But yeah, this practitioner, they've officially been reported to Archangel Michael, God, the Holy Spirit, and everything in creation. Everything in the underworld, in hell, and in heaven. This person, I've just reported their energy. So as far as them doing anything else, I don't think they're going to do anything else on you, but they may send magic to her, which completely actually makes sense as to why she keeps getting possessed. So yeah, they, you know, I can't stop this person from what they're going to do to her, but you don't want to be around it. I can guarantee that. The hermit, isolation. You don't want to be around that shit. I'm going to tell you that right now. And this will teach this person a lesson not to be betraying people and putting them up under spell work and all that type of shit. Yeah, like legit. This will be a lesson for them, but I would be praying for discernment, praying Psalm 91. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say the Lord is your refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all of your ways. They will lift you up in their hands so you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent underfoot. 9 of Swords. This is a warning. Okay, not a good situation. It says grief, depression, not being able to get out of bed, being restricted. That's not good energy. Because she loves me, or he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him or her. Again, in your case, it's him. I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him with long life. I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. That is what God is saying to you, Tropical Tarot. Be aware. This 9 of Swords energy could be, you know, some type of backfire. I don't even want to find out what that shit is, but it doesn't look good. So yeah, this situation, you isolating is going to be the best thing. You know, you do have justice on your side, but you know, just knowingly, if you're praying Psalm 91, which is the one I just did, also Psalm 23 would be really good for this situation. That is, the Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me down the right paths for his name's sake. Yeah, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup overflows. My cup overflows. Surely your goodness and mercy shall follow me all of the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. So yeah, I pray both of those Psalms for you. I would be getting in prayer warrior mode, anointing the house and all sorts of shit. Dealing with this problem's going to implode on itself. So, you know, I can't tell you what to do, but I will tell you the 8 of Cups says run the fuck away. Run away from this situation. Isolate. Use your intuition. Okay, use your intuition. Don't get on a plane with somebody that is not mentally stable. Also, with all of the witchcraft that I just cleared and how I just basically blocked this other warlock practitioner person that she was paying, I don't know what's going to happen of that, like what the repercussions are, but I mean, you may witness it. It's not going to be good. She's going to have to pay some type of price for whatever she was trying to do, because it's sickening to me. That anybody would do this to another person is disgusting. But yeah, you're going to be okay. I just hope you make the best decision for yourself. You know, if she's showing up acting like a crazy person, being completely possessed by this energy, also her witchcraft is backfiring on her, you may see this side come out of her and it may scare you. But just know that you're protected from it. You know, I would definitely do a meditation. I would say that. Get the truth of God, use the God technique. But yeah, if I were you, I would absolutely not. I would reschedule the plane trip and all that. Like, I literally, this is not the time to be playing games with the airport. Like, so, you know, if you are going to take her on this trip and reconcile with her, whatever, yeah, you definitely don't want to be taking anything that's a substance on there, because that could work out really, really bad. Okay. And you don't want to be out of town on fucking acid. Like, seriously, that's probably some of the worst shit ever. Acid is not like mushrooms. Now, I am a very avid supporter of mushrooms, psychedelic ones, golden teacher, blue teacher, white teacher. I think there's a purple teacher. I am a supporter of that. In microdosing it, I don't believe in taking a whole bag of it and thinking that things are going to work out good. Okay. Like, seriously, be responsible. You know, they do sell mushrooms in Vegas and stuff like that. That's probably one of the best places to do. But mushroom is a mild psychedelic. It's not like what acid does. Acid is severe. It's a severe, severe substance. And it's one that I just know. I've had to, like, I took it when I was a teenager, had no idea what it was. And you know, that's one of the drugs that MK Ultra was using to mind control people. Like, legit. They gave acid to the public, and then they were dosing people without their knowledge. So again, just some thinking to do. Okay. All right. But I wish you the best, and know that I will be on the internet if you do end up going with her and you need assistance. Okay. But yeah, I would pray those 2 Psalms and ask God to show you a sign, and then do everything in your power to, you know, make the right decision. And if you have to reschedule or reevaluate the situation, that is for your highest and best good. Okay. All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I love you so much. Thank you, everybody that donated. I really appreciate you guys. So if you guys are interested in the truth of God, when you see me going within, I'm using the techniques from this book. And then when you see me asking yes and no questions, I'm also using the techniques from this book. So I have linked below the truth of God, the ebook for those of you that are outside of the United States, the Kindle ebook, and then the original version for those of you that are in the United States. For those of you that want, and so you guys can go to the beginning of this reading where I go into depth into both of these books. But Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells is another one that you guys may be interested if you want to learn to read cards for yourself and for others. So I have the original Rider-Waite deck. If you learn this deck, you can go to any other deck, and when they give you the abstract pictures, you'll know what the cards mean. And so if you're interested in learning to read cards for yourself and others, go back to the beginning of this reading where I go into depth about Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. And then, yeah, the links to all of that is in the description box below. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for spending your time with me. God bless you. Peace be with you, you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you for spending your time with me. I love you guys so much. Peace be with you.